You never planned on becoming dangerous. At the beginning, you were just another broke kid trying to survive. A tiny apartment, bills stacking faster than you could pay them. A city that ignored people like you. And somewhere deep inside, the growing realization that the world only respects power. Not kindness, not honesty, power. That lesson finds you early. One cold night, a black car pulls beside you outside a corner store. The window rolls down slowly. A man in an expensive suit looks at you for a few silent seconds before speaking. You want to make real money. That single sentence changes your life forever. At first, the work feels harmless. Delivering envelopes, watching certain locations, driving people across the city without asking questions. Nobody explains much, and you quickly learn not to ask. Because in this world, silence is worth more than loyalty. The money arrives fast, too fast. For the first time in your life, your pockets feel heavy. You stop worrying about rent. Your fridge stays full. People suddenly notice you differently. And slowly, you begin enjoying the feeling. Because power is addictive long before people realize it. Weeks turn into months. The jobs become riskier. Late-night meetings in smoke-filled rooms. Collecting debts from frightened businessmen. Standing beside dangerous men while they discuss problems in calm voices. That's the strange thing about organized crime. The most terrifying people rarely raise their voices. Eventually, you receive your first real promotion. You're no longer just a runner. Now you're trusted. You're allowed inside private meetings. And for the first time, you see how the organization truly operates. The outside world imagines chaos, violence, madness. But the reality is much colder. The Mafia operates like a corporation. Rules, hierarchy, discipline. Money flows through restaurants, construction companies, casinos, shipping ports. Entire neighborhoods quietly belong to them. Police officers look the other way. Politicians attend private dinners. Judges suddenly lose important paperwork. And the deeper you enter this world, the more you realize how invisible real power actually is. Soon, people begin fearing your name. Store owners greet you nervously. Nightclub owners offer free tables. People avoid eye contact when you walk into rooms. At first, it feels incredible, like finally becoming someone important. But respect built on fear changes you, slowly, quietly. You stop seeing ordinary people the same way. Weakness begins irritating you. Compassion starts feeling expensive. And somewhere along the way you cross a line you can never uncross. One night, a man refuses to pay his debt. You're sent to handle the situation. At first, you tell yourself it's only intimidation. Nothing serious. But things escalate quickly. Fear fills the room. Someone screams. And when it's finally over, you realize something terrifying. You didn't feel guilty. You felt powerful. That moment changes everything. Because once violence stops shocking you, the world becomes a very dangerous place. Years pass. Your influence grows. You now control crews across the city. Money moves through your hands faster than banks. Luxury cars, private clubs, penthouse parties hidden above the skyline. Beautiful people surrounding you constantly. From the outside, it looks like success. But beneath the surface, paranoia quietly begins spreading through your life. You stop trusting phones. You stop trusting strangers. Eventually, you stop trusting friends. Because in this world, betrayal is never a possibility. It's an inevitability. Every conversation feels loaded. Every handshake feels temporary. Every smile hides calculation. And the higher your rank rises, the more enemies appear around you. Then one evening, during a private dinner, your boss suddenly stops talking mid-sentence. The room falls silent. Nobody moves. A black SUV slowly parks outside the restaurant. Federal agents. You watch powerful men panic for the first time. Because no matter how rich or feared or connected someone becomes, everyone eventually realizes the same truth. Power built in darkness never truly feels safe. After that night, everything changes. Meetings move underground. Security doubles. People disappear without explanation. The organization becomes colder, more ruthless, more paranoid. And eventually you receive another promotion, capo, one of the highest positions in the entire organization. Now people stand when you enter rooms. Your decisions determine who earns money and who vanishes forever. At this level, you no longer commit violence yourself. You simply decide when it happens. And strangely, that feels even worse. Because distance makes morality easier to ignore. At night, you stand alone inside your luxury penthouse overlooking the city. Thousands of lights stretching endlessly beneath you. The same streets where you once struggled to survive. Now the city fears you, respects you, depends on you. And yet you've never felt more isolated. Because the top of every empire, legal or illegal, is always lonely. Then one morning, you receive news that changes everything. Your boss has been arrested. Internal betrayals. Secret informants. Federal investigations. The empire begins collapsing from the inside. And suddenly, the same people who once praised you begin protecting themselves. Phones stop ringing. Friends disappear. Loyalty evaporates overnight. Because criminal empires survive on fear, not love. For the first time in years, you realize how fragile power actually is. All those years, all that violence, all that money, and in the end the empire was still temporary. That's the hidden truth nobody tells you about organized crime. The money feels infinite. The power feels permanent. The fear feels intoxicating. But eventually, every empire built in darkness begins collapsing under its own weight. And as you sit alone in silence, watching police lights flash across the city below, you finally understand something most people learn far too late. The moment power becomes your identity, you stop belonging to yourself.